Today's build is brought to us today by IHaveAName, who thinks damage on throw and getting piggy bank early is way too mainstream. And welcome everybody to the next episode of Pick My Build. Today's build is brought to us by IHaveAName, and I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. You wouldn't even let me have damage on throw. But to be fair and to be honest, I do love the concept of this build. It makes the throw a very, very utility-based throw, and I love it for that. We got a bit of a shame here in the beginning of the match, though. It is a 3 versus 2, but that does change pretty quickly. When I do these videos, the pick a build, I really hope that the enemy team is fully loaded, that we're not just 2v3, because it's always a shame to have to start a match and have this advantage right in the beginning of the game, because the bots aren't that great right now. Hopefully they get better, but this is besides the point. I don't like this build. I don't like it. I don't like the build order. This is definitely a complete and utter troll build. There is no way to do really well as a Skolldir solo queuing. That's another thing I wanted to point out, is that all my pick my build videos are going to be solo queuing. I won't be teaming up with anybody for any builds. Pretty much any shoddy build can be made up by the fact you have good teammates that you know would work with you, and that's not the point of pick my build. The point of pick my build is to either give me decent builds or to completely troll me and watch me suffer, because this match is awful. I'm awful. I'm using keyboard mouse as Skolldir. I am not good with keyboard and mouse. I am terrible. I am beyond terrible. In fact, the first pick my build video that I did where I showed how decent I was with Volter, and Volter's not even my main, Skolldir's my main, this puts me to shame. I am shameful of how it was. But I managed to pick up Axe Throwing Trophy, and like I said, it's always a toss-up Axe Throwing Trophy. I want to talk a little bit about that. If I go Axe Throwing Trophy, I don't go Oily Bronze. If I go Oily Bronze, I don't go Axe Throwing Trophy. And that's because they play a very different role for me. Whereas you can still use Gnome, and my personal favorite, I usually will take Cortex V and Shake, even though I never use it. I do like Axe Throwing Trophy for being able to throw an enemy from one side of the screen to the other side of the screen, and pin them against the turret and win. That's like that right there. That's a good throw. You know, you don't get much in it. I'm not allowed to get stunned until later in the game. I don't even think I'm allowed to get stunned until after piggy bank. I'm pretty sure I messed up this build as well, but I messed up at the end of the game where it doesn't even really matter, so I apologize to IHaveAName for messing up your build. So, one of the matchups, Vinny and Spike is pretty strong in the current patch 1.20. I don't really have a whole lot of problems with Vinny and Spike as Skolldir. Maybe because I'm pretty good at landing the stuns and getting the throws, but it's very easy for me to zone a Vinny and almost any Vinny and Spike I've gone against, good or bad. It's pretty easy for me to understand where he's going to try and go, where he's going to try to escape. And I can counter that pretty easily just by tossing him back. He's certainly not the fastest character, unless he's running the smoke screen, where he can get the speed up on boost, but I have a pretty good matchup. Skolldir's pretty big and bulky. He doesn't get pushed around a whole lot. There are some enemies that do manage to outpush him, but just by marginal. You know, I was just thinking, too, of a good Science Knot video where I could actually talk about who pushes who. So right here, I'm kind of fudging it up. I'm not able to get that, but the stun manages to get the Leon, who can get the tongue, and right back into my fist. Amazing. I decided not to go after the Froggy there, because I was more focused on the droids, and I'm not so good against Froggy. I know he can easily just get away from a splash dash, and pursuing him would have been kind of pointless at that point. I left him at low health. I thought the Leon could get him, but he gets stuck with the solar bot. Excuse me, the solar boss. I'm calling out help here because I'm like, oh, I want somebody to help me push here. I want somebody to help me defend. It's not working out so well. And this is actually the first video I recorded, but I wanted to upload another one instead because I was pretty ashamed. That throw, I wish I could have gotten him with that throw. That would have been a death sentence for him. It was at the perfect height. I knew I would have thrown him straight back and down into my turret. I'm really sad that Leon couldn't get the Froggy. Here I am at low health. I know if I can just hang around kind of behind my turret a little bit, I can at least clear the droids before I leave. And now I'm just healing up. getting the cooldown on throw, I am not a huge fan of the cooldown on throw. And that's because I was so used to, before Skolldir got an increasing cooldown for his throw, I never took the cooldown on throw on that either. So I was like, I'm so used to how the throw is right now, and the fact that you're not really going to be spamming it for any particular reason. I don't think cranking dumbbells is useful in that respect. I suppose if you're going the gnome chucker build, where you really just want to toss gnomes left and right, it can be pretty good. Here I'm trying to teleport, and then I hit tab because I wanted to see the score. And I bring up my menu. Thank you. Go me. It's not going so well. We're just getting pushed back. I'm frustrated. Can't do anything. I want stun. I want stun, or at least I want a stronger punch. One or the two. If I don't go stun, I go stronger punches as soon as possible. Because whereas stun, you want to hit multiple times. With strength on punch, you really just want to hit and hit hard. Even if it's one time, it's as good as 2 punches. Glad we were able to get that Froggy, but it kind of took a lot of effort out of me and the Leon. So I also got the slow on throw. I think the build order did call for me to get slow on throw before I got a cranking dumbbells. I'm okay with slow on throw for Skolldir. Especially combined with Axe Throwing Trophy, pinning somebody against a turret. I can't believe I missed that. That's pretty bad of me. I was not at the top of my game. Like I said, I am terrible at mouse and keyboard. You'll see me just kind of punch in one direction when I should have been punching in the other direction. I went back to gamepad controls, and I'm quite happy with that. I'm doing a lot better. That's one thing, you saw that Clunk kind of fly away like that. That's one thing that kind of bothers me about Skolldir's throw, is that it just doesn't go the right way sometimes. Based on the angle in which you throw, you will actually throw them up or straight down, or in some cases the opposite direction in which you want to throw them, where it's more like a big old push instead. So I hope that there's a little bit of tweaking with that. It's one thing that kind of bothers me as Skolldir, is that with lag and stuff like that, it just seems kind of weird that throw just doesn't go one direction in general anyways. So if I had to change any one thing about Skolldir, is that when he throws, it goes backwards, period, no matter where you throw from. Anyways, I still can't get Piggy Bank, and I would do amazing with Piggy Bank right now. I could at least get Stun Punch, but I can't. I have to wait. I have to wait for something. I don't know what it is. That right there. What was that sniper thinking? Did she think she had more health or something? But she came out and sniped in front of 2 droids with no health. I have absolutely no words for this. So I guess I probably got stuck with a couple of probably some pretty inexperienced players. I wouldn't say that they're noobs. They were doing okay, but I just don't know. I didn't have the best of teammates in. The best of teammates with not the best of builds, especially with not the best of build orders, because I could at least make this work if I was allowed to pick what I wanted. But what are you going to do? This is the point of Pick My Build, is to either be frustrating or amazing, is to show off potential builds and show off how they work. I'm not the best of players, so I know people can make stuff like this work better than I can. Oh, punch some droids in the face. Yeah, I like punching, in case you didn't know. Anyways, I got an interesting throw. See, that's what I was talking about. I don't think I was even facing that direction, but I still managed to throw the Froggy in the opposite direction that I was not facing. I don't really know how to explain it. I'm facing one way, and I still managed to throw him the wrong way. So whatever, this match isn't going so well. I pretty much know at this point that we're not going to win. So all I'm really doing at this point is just practicing. I'm just getting better at Skolldir. I was trying to practice with the mouse and keyboard a little bit. Our sniper leaves. I'm like, great. Whatever. She was probably getting frustrated not being able to snipe in front of droids with 0 HP. I was trapping that Vinian spike, but he got the better of me. I knew I needed to retreat with all the allies coming by. With all their allies coming by. And that can be a pretty difficult thing with the Clunk, is being able to defend it. When they've got when they've got the push going, you're like, nope, I'm done. There's no way I'm going to save this, and I'd rather not die. I'm at 2-1 right now, KD, but we know KD doesn't exactly matter, because if it did, then a lot of people would actually always win. This isn't deathmatch, this is Awesomenauts, where you're supposed to protect the turret. But kills and deaths do usually are a means to the end, so... As you can see, the enemy team, from that little scoreboard show, the enemy team doesn't have a whole lot of kills themselves. The Froggy seems to be holding them all together, doing pretty darn well himself. Yeah, I did actually get stunned, didn't I? I finally got stunned in Piggy Bank. It doesn't quite help. I don't know why. I was a panic throw. I just wanted him off of me. It doesn't quite work out. I almost got the escape here, but he got me with dash. Either way, it looks like he's regenerating health. Wouldn't have worked out in my favor. The build I'm going, I mean, the Froggy and Skolldir matchup is always kind of peculiar. Either you're going to beat Froggy as Skolldir, or Froggy's going to beat you. It really just depends on who has the upper hand at the beginning of the fight. And if I was running something like Oily Bronze along with my punch, the Froggy probably would not have survived. Or even if I was still using Axe Throwing Trophy and not using Oily Bronze, I can always put the Froggy into a position where I force him to dash and force him to escape, where it's not always about getting the kill, it's more about getting them away from you. So that Leon manages to escape with his life. And that was a pretty good play on that Clunk. Just, you know you're gonna die. That's what you want to do as Clunk. You know you're toast. You know that's it. Just explode. You're either gonna weaken everybody and force a retreat, which is gonna make us take more time to get back to defending, or you're gonna get a kill along with it and further cripple the enemy team. Now, pretty good play on that Leon getting the tongue and allowed me to punch. I almost get this Froggy, but I weaken him enough to where our bot can actually get him, so I'm pretty satisfied with that play right there. Like I said, I'm at the point where I know we're not going to win. We haven't even downed one of their turrets. We can't kill them fast enough to where we can get pushed without losing one of our own allies. It's pretty much over. I don't know why I even bother to say attack. I think at this point I still did have a little bit of hope. I was like, yeah. And then I was actually distracted by the chat here, and I didn't even notice that that he has double missiles now. And that could have been bad. I got distracted by the chat, and I was like, who's Pyro? I wasn't even paying attention to names. All I know is there was a Froggy on our team, and he was doing well. So I ended up checking everything. I shouldn't have. I don't know what I was thinking. But honestly, at this point, I've given up on winning. It's just about getting better as myself now. At least that's how I look at matches where I know I'm losing. Something about whole, like, no matter what, you can turn anything into a learning experience. Whatever PBS has taught me over the years. Ah, take that, Clunk. You can't get the drop on me. I need help. Nothing much I can do. I almost managed to get this Froggy. I missed my third punch there. I decided to chase, but he's more mobile than me. I managed to juke his splash dash, though. I know I don't want to get hit by that, and I just know I have to retreat without getting regen. Always got to pull back. I know I don't need full health right now. I jump into this mess, and I'm like, nah, this isn't good. I'm not going to stay. I'm going to throw out my punches, but I don't really want it. This isn't my thing. Not going so well. Lots of explosions, lots of tornado. Almost get the Froggy, but that jump pad at the base always makes things difficult. I really don't like it. I know a lot of people want to get rid of it. I'm currently in the beta testing, though. I know it is being tested to see whether or not the enemy team does need it, because while it is true... Oh, well, you know what? That'll have to wait for next discussion, won't it? Because we just won the game, and... Yeah, defeated. Well, what are you gonna do, right? Got a crappy build. Thank you, I have a name. Screw you.